This is Adam with Arcade Galactic at our Ogden location, which is located at the Newgate Mall next to Victoria's Secret, so we're inside the mall. And I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about this game behind me. Well, not just this one, but the entire platform, to explain a little better about what this is exactly. And so if you have been to our store and you've seen some game posters around talking about games like the Kung Fu vs. Karate Champ, which is that specific game there, or Gimmick Exact Mix, Breacher Hexa, Lightning Knights, Ogden Blue Type R, then that's where all of these games are located. So what this is, in essence, is a multi-game system. And so it features up to 4 different games at once, and allows you to just use the joystick, pick whichever one fits your fancy. You push start for it to begin. Let's do that. The loading times on this are pretty fast, so you don't have to wait very long. I think the longest one out of these is the Kung Fu vs. Karate Champ, maybe followed by Breacher. There we go, it's already loaded. And then I just put my coins in and then I can play. Now if you accidentally start a game that maybe you didn't want to play, then you just push the first player start and first player action button, like the #1 action button, not labeled like the game console ones, but you push both of those and it goes back to the main menu. So to make this simple, think of it as a Neo Geo MVS, which a lot of arcade fans would be familiar with, as that was a staple of a lot of arcades throughout the 1990s, and featured games like Metal Slug and King of Fighters and many others. And so this is essentially a new style Neo Geo MVS that has already brought a lot of brand new games to the scene since it first launched at the very beginning of 2020. Now it did launch in Japan in 2019, but at the very end of 2019. But we were one of the very first locations out there to get our hands on this, and we got it with Ogden Blue Type R and the Kung Fu vs. Karate Champ. Presently, what I have in here is Breacher Hexa, Lightning Knights, which I just installed today, being May 3rd, 2021. We had Ogden Blue Type R in there for a little bit, so sometimes just swapping games out, which is a benefit to this platform. And then Gimmick Exact Mix, which is a old NES platformer, which has been remastered and released exclusively for this. And I think I mentioned the Kung Fu vs. Karate Champ already. So at this point, there's somewhere around 12 to 14 new games that are available for this. We only have 5 of them. I haven't bought everything out there just because I'm not sure what everybody wants. I know one of you out there definitely wants the new Dodonpachi exA-True Death label, and maybe some others. But of course, if you go to exa.ac, which is the official website, and click on games, you can see what different games that have been announced or released for it. And if there is something that you are interested in, the more feedback that I get on that, the better decisions I can make. I've thought about Dodonpachi, but I would like to have a cabinet that has a vertical screen for that. That's one reason why I don't have I haven't had Ogden Blue in here very often, is just because on a horizontal screen, where it's made for a vertical screen, it doesn't always work. I mean, it still works, it's still playable, but it's better to play it on a cabinet that is designed for, such as a vertical screen. Same thing with Dodonpachi. Most of the games are designed for the horizontal orientation. And one nice thing about our model here is we have a 4K TV, and we found one that was designed for low input lag for gaming. And so that's a great thing about this platform, is the platform itself is designed to have as little input lag as possible, so that when you push the button, the reaction on the screen is almost pretty much instantaneous. With old CRT games, there wasn't any input lag just due to the way that the technology was designed, but LCDs have had some of that, and then also the gaming platforms themselves have inserted some input lag there. But that's a great thing about this platform, is out of all of the arcade games out there, this definitely has one of the lowest in that regard. But I've been super happy about this to also bring some genres back to life that we just haven't seen in US arcades in a long time, such as fighting games, platform games, shoot 'em ups, dungeon crawlers. There's one out there that I have been interested in called Blazing Chrome, which is kind of like Contra or Metal Slug. So I've been contemplating getting that. There's other shoot 'em ups and other titles on the way, some that have some big names as well. So really looking forward to all the possibilities that this platform can bring to the table. And so if you do come here and you want to play something a little different and something that's a little bit more hardcore as far as gaming goes, that demands a little bit more skill, then this is the platform to go to for that. Of course, we have plenty of other games here that are skill-based, but a lot of newer games have been trying to tailor more to the casual side of gaming as opposed to the hardcore side of gaming. This is definitely more of a hardcore platform. But if you have any questions or things you'd like me to show, just ask in the comments below. I have posted some videos to my channel, some direct captures from this, from Gimmick, and the Kung Fu vs. Karate champ showing gameplay, and happy to do more as well. But yeah, we'll see what the future holds, and I'll probably, I would like to at one point get a second one of these so that we can have one both in West Valley and Ogden. Of course, that's assuming that this whole Ogden thing works out and we stay open here. If it didn't, then I would take this back down to West Valley regardless. But also looking forward to some of the 4-player games that are coming along. Lightning Knights is a 4-player game, and I know that game would do better if we had a 4-player cabinet, and so maybe that could be down the road for us as well. But yeah, that's the exA-Arcadia in a nutshell. And so yeah, if you're in the Ogden area and you want to play some cool, brand new, hardcore arcade games, then come and check this out. If you have any questions, feel free to ask myself or anybody behind the desk as to how it works, or if there's any of the games that you see that you're interested in, let us know. So that way we can consider whether or not there's enough interest to pick one of them up. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you around.